My take on the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, Victor Ambros, 2024, 1 out of 2. So I'm filming this the same day this award was announced, Monday, 7 October 2024. I am Tanis Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Norway and United States of America. I'm talking through the Victor Ambros, not to be confused with Amber Heard. Okay. I'm talking through the Victor Ambros, he, him, his of United States of America, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, Year of Award 2024. He won the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. I personally, it kind of like, I think it looks a little bit more like physiology, but I think the point here with the physiology or medicine is like, if somebody understands the physiology, it could trickle into medicine, though technically we don't really want that. Less outsourcing, more improved immune systems. So like in an ideal world, it would just be the Nobel Prize in Physiology, because humans are adapted enough that we don't always need external medicine. Whoa, that would be whoa. He won for his work regarding the description and documentation of the role of microRNA. And physiology is kind of the role of in how an organism works physiologically, like bodily, so to speak. So it's like there's a body, and within the body there's something called microRNA that they say exist, right? And then they describe / document. Okay. Yeah, I provide my take / perspective on his award, which I kind of a little bit have. So there's that. And provide my take / perspective on his award and contextualize it in terms of additional topics I think may be breakthroughs in physiology, with an emphasis on physiology. So yes, I think research like this individual's, Victor Ambros, I'm fine with it so long as they don't go all of a sudden pushing a bunch of drugs. If we're not focusing on how the body works to, if there's a problem, improve the body's function on its own so that the body can cure itself and improve its immune system, then I do have a problem with the researcher. Right? It shows that the research is done with a malintent. I'm not saying this individual does, but I'm using that as a blanketing term for biology in general, human and non-human. It's a main reason why I did not, even though I love the critters of the backyard and I learn a lot and have our own interspecies evolution, it's not about, putting information out there that results in harm because people abuse it, or people are like, let's just outsource it, we're lazy anyway. So I think real breakthrough topics for physiology specifically would be people who, like Jim Morris, who I did the movie notes for The Rookie, yes. So baseball player who debuted in Major League Baseball at 35 years of age. And especially, he's a case of, he had arm injury / surgery. And so to overcome anatomical, what you could call it, anatomical deficiency relative to the young'uns is a true breakthrough. Okay. And an example in swimming, I don't know if she's the oldest to do it, but Natalie Hines is somebody who debuted at the World Championships level first time at 27 years of age. There are medical marvels. Are they medical marvels? No, they're physiological marvels. They're physiological breakthroughs in the sense of they do something with their body that nobody else has done before. Right? And so that's one, or is actually taking and doing something, right, that is a breakthrough, or it's been a very long time, or since they've done that. But is there a corresponding, they figured out a way their body works, right, that is fundamentally different. They are different than all other men and women that came before them. And then one for, like, I think of myself is the mainstream industrial standard in sports kind of across the board, especially like speed sports like I do, is pushing lean and high muscle mass. I have high body fat and I have had far less injuries and I've run personal best times repeatedly. All right, so there's which is kind of a, if we actually want an industry of sports where people get injured less, yeah, they might not look like they want to look, but in terms of anatomy and physiology and how the body works, if high body fat is better, then that is a huge multi-billion-dollar breakthrough, right? In terms of, think of all the medical expenses that could be spared. Think of all the changes that would come if the people started caring about the health and well-being of their athletes instead of just having a certain look and then they get re-injured repeatedly. So those are topics, right? And those are people, right? That's Jim Morris of baseball, Natalie Hines of swimming, and me, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi of running. Right? And those are just examples of, I think sometimes people focus on such small things they forget about humans and that we can actually adapt and evolve. And if one's focusing on medicine, it perhaps is at some point it'd be nice for people to refocus on actually let's improve without external things, right? Or it's not about making things look a certain way or transcribe a certain way. Instead, we're like, let's do it based on reality at the human body scale, at the documented performance level, right? And that's not new. Roger Bannister did research when he broke, leading up to in breaking the 4-minute mile barrier in running. It's not new that there's real observables, but it's kind of like physiology and medicine's like, let's just look at a microscope because we're so lazy. We're not going to go out there and run sub 4-minute miles for, and must just be the first one, but Roger Bannister was like, let me do it because it's actually relevant. So at some point, it would be nice if these prizes actually awarded stuff that's relevant. And the people themselves can do it, right? There's a little bit of, I think, these prizes, and I didn't choose this research area or go into this industry in general because the people are notoriously lazy, right, as a whole. And so there's a little bit of, at some point, of course it's true, we outsourced it. No, let's focus on what people actually can do and making sure the person winning can do it themselves. Right. Whatever the large-scale human body equivalent is, they should be able to show it and demonstrate it. So that's my take on the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, Victor Ambros, 2024, 1 out of 2.